All right, so this video that we're going to be putting together here for you is to talk about the measuring of your keepsake box. So here I got a nice piece of 5.5 inch width wood that we're going to be using to make our box. So when measuring, first make sure you wrote down the dimensions of each piece like we had on the document. Having this close to you, not having to worry about your computer getting messy, my computer's here, will help. So we're going to be using a contractor square. Now these are nice to make nice right angles, and the nice thing is I can put the piece on the side here. It's going to make a nice straight line when I go ahead to make my pieces. So I'm going to go right down the list of pieces that I need to measure. My wood's about 40 inches long, so it's wide enough for me to make all the pieces for this keepsake box. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to set this this ruler here, and I see the inches on the one side. This side's actually even easier. The first piece is going to be 8 inches, but first to show you, I'm going to slide this down to 5 1/2. This is the width of the wood, and it's right on 5 1/2 inch. So I know that that's exact. So that's good. Almost all our pieces are 5 1/2 except the bottom piece. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this out to 8 inches. Okay. And now that I have it at 8 inches, I'm going to measure out and make sure that I have it at set correctly at 8 inches to make my line. Okay. So I have it at 8 inches. So I'm going to make a little dash here, make a little line here at 8 inches. But to make sure that my line is completely straight and everything is squared, I'm going to move the carpenter square here and then make my full line. Okay, so that's the top. The next one that I'm going to need is, and I'm going to do the two short sides next. So I have the 8 by 5.5 done. The next one is two short sides that are 5.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to have to go 5.5 inches in from this line. So again, I'm going to lay down my ruler, but I'm going to mark it at 5.5 so I know exactly where 5.5 is on my ruler. There we go. Put it right on the line here. I like to go right up to the edge so I know that I'm kind of flush. So there's 5.5. I'm going to make a little dash. Bring my square on here so I can make a nice straight line. Do it again, 5.5 from here. There's my 5.5 by 5.5 pieces. Okay, so those are done. And next I need two long sides that are going to be 5.5 by 6.5. So again, I'm going to set my carpenter square to 6.5 inches. I'm going to have to do this twice. So I'm right on the line, 6.5. Nice straight line. Another 6.5. Nice straight line. So that's done, and now the last piece I have is the 6.5 by 4 inch. Okay, so I'm gonna go out 6.5 inches because I already have it set here at 6.5. And then we're gonna have to do one other line to make sure we got our piece right. 6.5, straight line. Okay. Now we have this extra oops end, basically is what I call it, the oops stuff in case we need to make an extra piece. And now we have 6.5 long, but we're only gonna need 4 inches wide, 4 inches wide. So I'm gonna adjust this down, 4 inches. And we're gonna measure in 4 inches on here, as is with the square. And that 4 inches, we're gonna make a line on the end, because basically what I'm doing is I'm marking where we're going to have to cut off the extra piece. So now that I got that on there, I'll make my straight line here. And I'm even going to write on here bottom, so I remember that this is the bottom piece. Okay, this will be my excess. I'm even going to write cut on there so I know the difference. So that's how we're going to do all the measuring for our Keepsake box. And good luck, because the next step is to cut these exactly on the table saw, and then we're going to go ahead and assemble the pieces once we got that done.